fraud. You know, you remember the CBEX fraud. Okay. Jusun strike. Ondo judiciary in comatose. NBA writes Ayedatiwa. Jusun has to do with the judiciary union. The Ondo judiciary in comatose, according to a witness, NBA. A member of the Nigerian Bar Association is writing Governor Ayedatiwa regarding that. More stories to pick from in the Vanguard. Let's see. Ondo police arrest 17-year-old, one other with 51 bags of Indian hemp. Well, I'm not surprised. I know that in Ondo State, they reportedly have Indian hemp farms, owned by individuals. So a 17-year-old and one other fellow arrested with 51 bags of the cannabis, That's another story to pick from in the Vanguard today. How about this? Obi Kubana celebrates marital bliss. Obi Kubana has become an April gentleman. So he's celebrating the bliss associated with the new status. So read the story in the Vanguard. Let's rub in one more. Civil war. Gowon should apologize to Ndigbo for dumping Aburi Accord. Senator Ume wants us to go back there. The war, you would recall, ended some 55 years ago. But Senator Ume wants retired General Gowon, who was head of state at the time of the war, to apologize for dumping the Aburi Accord. Recall that the Aburi Accord came before the shooting war. All right. From the Vanguard, we'll go to the Guardian now. The Guardian has some stories we can choose from. The lead one is this one: staff welfare. Marwa commissions NDLEA NOA Vision Center in Abuja. Of course, the story is that the chairman, chief executive officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Muhammadu Marwa, retired, has commissioned a high-tech vision center on its national headquarters, at its national headquarters, I should say, the annex at Abuja. Okay, so improving staff welfare, that's the big idea there. More stories in the Guardian. Okay. Kaduna police dismissed rumored chaos during Tinubu's visit. It was rumored that there was some form of chaos during Mr. President's visit to Kaduna State some days back. But the police in Kaduna State has dismissed the rumor. Underline rumor. It was a rumor. That's what the paper is telling us. Okay, we must learn to live together or perish together. Vice President Kashim Shettima is warning us here. That's a story to choose from in the Guardian today. Hear this one. Church donates food items to neighboring communities. The Redeemed Christian Church is distributing food items to neighboring communities. Find out what community or communities these are in The Guardian today. All right, Abia to recruit 4,000 additional teachers. That's Governor Oti working. The governor is working in Abia State. The teaching profession, we're told, used to be a noble one. A great many of us gained from these teachers. So Abia State wants to recruit 4,000 new teachers, and the governor must know why. Okay, Afenifere Lord Tinubu's affirmation on state police. So now you know that the state police heavy debate is gradually coming to an end because Mr. President has affirmed it, and so we might be having it. Okay, court jails 5 for illegal mining in Niger. Illegal mining, we know, has been going on for a while now in our country, and it is illegal. And so if you are arrested, if you are caught, you will pay the price. Just gone 10 minutes past 7 in the city of Lagos, and on VOA FM 90.3 on the dial. It's newspaper headliners. Let's move to the Daily Post now. The lead story, Benue crisis. IDPs facing neglect, untold suffering. Youth leader Alidu provides fresh insight. You can expect some humanitarian crisis in the aftermath of the mindless killings in Benue State. So IDPs are facing neglect and untold suffering. A youth leader, Alidu, Mike Alidu, a Benue youth leader, is supplying a fresh insight into that. All right, coalition. No threat against Tinubu, Governor Sani reacts as ADA emerges. So, no coalition against Mr. President is noticeable. That's what the governor, Sani, is saying. So, he must understand, he must know what he's talking about. Okay. PDP slams Governor Sani's educational policy in Kaduna State. Well, if the PDP has a reason for slamming the education policies in Kaduna State, you can defend it. So, but read the details in the Daily Post this morning. That's the essence of sharing the headliners with you. Okay. Poor weather, low tickets, shock defeats, an overview of the ongoing 25 Club World Cup. Well, maybe the FIFA didn't take into account poor weather and related problems, when it fixed the Club World Cup for the United States. The matches are taking place in the United States of America, and the weather are accounting for the low tickets, shock defeats, attributing a defeat to weather is something I'm trying to wrap my head around. Okay, how about this? Also in the Daily Post today, Atiku El-Rufai opposition coalition seeks INEC registration for new party ADA. But recall that the INEC had said no to the registration of new parties. It said it already has 18 and so cannot register new ones. But even so, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, former vice president immediate past governor of Kaduna State, El Rufai, they are seeking the INEC registration of the new party. Okay, we go to the Federal Capital Territory now. Wike promises infrastructure in Wassa for relocation of APO mechanics. Yeah, the mechanics in the APO environment have been displaced, and so they are to be relocated in the Wassa area. The FCT minister is telling us this. Water dispute turns violent. 62 homes burnt, 1 injured in Taraba community. Well, water shortage has hit Taraba State, and this is something that raises the roof, if you ask me. So a dispute that erupted over it has claimed 62 homes and 1 fellow injured in the process. All right. Borno State now. Emir explains Boko Haram alleged invasion of Goza. Yeah. You know, the re-emergence of Boko Haram in the Borno axis, that seems to be the eternal home of the deadly gun, has got the Emir explaining why the terror gang is invading Goza. If you know, Goza is synonymous with mobile police training. Many of us remember that, yeah. Okay. Ogun Speaker harps on creation of State Boundary Commission to resolve border disputes. Border disputes are still a recurring decimal here in this part of the world. And so I would have thought that nature had designed natural boundaries. But if man has decided to tamper with natural laws and natural settings, then he must pay the price. So Ogun State Speaker is talking about the creation of a State Boundary Commission to resolve border disputes. I would have thought the Boundary Commission had been here. Yeah, a happy news is coming from the Goza axis. Troops repel ISWAP attack on Goza amid a heavy rainstorm. So the insurgents meant to take advantage of the rainstorm for the attack, but troops have repelled them. Good news. Over 5.2 million Nigerians affected by 2024 floods. NEMA. Well, NEMA had warned, if you recall, that no less than 30 of the 36 states will be impacted by floods. And so 5.2 million, as the figure given here by NEMA, is not, it's too small if you ask me. Yeah. All right, we can't be distracted by failed politician. Jigawa PDP replies NNPP's ringing. Well, politicians are at war. They are crisscrossing the country. Don't forget, all of these is having to do with 2027 politics. Okay. APC is set for Tinubu Ganduje's visit in Akwa Ibom Saturday as party receives, formally. So, of course, you know that Governor Umaino defected some 2 or 3 Fridays now, and the APC and the president appealed to Wiki. I don't know where you got that Wiki story.
No, what
Please,
I am saying is that
please.
yes, he's visiting Akwa Ibom because of a defection of the governor. I say that is the mission of Wike in this government, to destroy PDP, and he has succeeded in doing that. It's unfortunate that they are allowing him to do.
That is your own gut reaction. I didn't share that in the news. I'm sorry. You don't expect me to parrot that one. I will not. Facts are sacred. Comment is free. You can make your comment, but let it be based on facts. Okay. Good morning to you.
Very good morning to you, Citizen John.
I greet you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. My name is Prince Y.S. Calling you from Wardofree. ADA by the coalition.
Yeah.
It's nothing bad at all. We want a very fighter opposition. But as of this moment, PDP still remains the major opposition challenging the ruling party. If the coalition can succeed with the registration, nothing bad at all. But as of now, nobody is to determine what happened to 2027. We talking, we can't say this is what you go to. But if somebody wants to say, we say we. No, speak for yourself. Why can someone say we? If anyone go to another party, he find something over there. Politics in Nigeria, you can't see you will die with one politician. No, they can move anywhere.
Thank you.
Look at the Senate President to the where it's number 3 citizen where he is before. So for me, anyone that win election to rule Nigeria best, I'm just urging the Mr. President.
60 seconds out. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't give me a red card. Let me stop there before you give me a red card.
Okay, the line is free now. Let's have you latch on with the story that caught your fancy. Good morning to you. I beg, remove this noise for us. Thank you. Let's go.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
My name is Uko.
Welcome.
Okay, I'm calling from Ejibo. I want to let INEC know when INEC was given a mandate to register parties, they were not given any number of parties to be registered. They should go ahead and register as much parties as meet the requirement. They can deregister, they can register. Saying they have registered 18 parties is unacceptable. They should register them as long as they have fulfilled the requirement. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you too. I insist, away from the coalition story, I shared other stories, but you have decided, you listener have elected to make the coalition story the theme. Good morning to you.
Hello. Hello.
I beg, help me remove the noise. Help me remove the noise. Yeah, I greet you.
I greet you.
Yeah.
My take on this matter now.
Please remove the noise. Remove the noise. Remove the noise, please.
I like to be very careful. Let me register the party, the new party, because
remove the noise. Remove the noise. Remove the noise. No. No, it's becoming noisy. When you get through, please don't seek to hear yourself on radio. It will cause a distortion here, and it is not good for even for you and other listeners. Please. As soon as I connect your call, let's have a clean discussion. Good morning. Welcome. Hello. Hello. All right. I connected the call 0803 692 9933. That's the number on offer. I shared stories. Which one caught your fancy? Hello, good morning to you.
Morning, sir.
I greet you, sir.
You see, my name is Yinka Yokwito.
Welcome.
Yeah, when you apply to a corporate organization, you say, are you a team player? Any good corporate organization. So, if any of the contestants cannot see out of the 18 political parties to align with, that person is not competent to rule Nigeria. He's not competent. That's the truth. This is just a corporate world. How much more a complex country like Nigeria? So don't let us be deceived. Don't let us be deceived. Most of these politicians are they have ego, and some of them want position at all costs. So if they cannot align with any of the 18 political parties, they are not fit to rule Nigeria. That's my conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you. Yeah. Do you have any story to share with you or with us? Let's go there. The line is free now. Let's take advantage. But please, let's keep with the theme of this story. You know. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
I greet you, sir.
Yeah, good morning. You see, the president visiting Akwa Ibom today. It's a welcome development. You can see the president is working assiduously, moving up and down, galvanizing people to re-elect him. Whereas other people are still jumping up and down. At the end of the election, by 2027, they will say it has been ringed out. It is a rigging election or whatever. Early to bed, early to rise. When you started in time, you make a point. So the president is working assiduously, moving up and down, collecting people, making all whatever connection is supposed to do to make sure that they win 2027 election. People should go and do their homework. They should not talking about president. He's doing his own, walking up and down. So I don't want to hear people say the election is being rigged after the 2027 election. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you too. You're still listening to newspaper headliners on the VOP here in Lagos. We're now swinging the microphone over to you, the listener. What story caught your fancy? How would you want to react to it or to them? Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Joe.
Yeah,
this is Mayor from the Kotobu.
Yes, Mayor.
Yeah, I want to talk about this infrastructure building by week. This infrastructure of a team. This, I want to know how many of them can employ up to 1,000 workers? Or is it only to renovate and renovate and renovate and renovate? How many of them can employ up to 1,000 workers? From the Nigerians can have an employed and make any my question. Or is it like a big road and a big complex, a big houses? How many factories?
I beg, Novex, which story are you reacting to?
Which infrastructure by week infrastructure by week in Abuja, as you build, you say you want to launch or do infrastructure. How many of them come?
I don't know whether I share a story like that.
You did. You did. So I know how many of them can employ up to 1,000 workers of Nigerians so that they can make a living. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you too. Well, it pays to go straight to the point, hit the nail on the head regarding the story we shared. Okay, shall we take what I consider the last but not least telephone call? Good morning to you.
Good morning, John.
I greet you.
Taiwo from Mushi.
Go on, Taiwo.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you because you are a good journalist. Because many of us, we just get out of the point of what is written on the newspaper. But what I'm saying is this, like one man is rightly said, out of all these political parties that is still in the system, if any man cannot see, because when APC want to form their own coalition, they collapse some political parties to form one solid political party. But going out to floating another party will add to the existing one. So, and all members of these people will see digest from that place to the another party. As if we don't have any political party before. But one thing is this, like what the people have been saying, if you cannot coordinate and you get into one of the parties and organize them very well and do what, you are not qualified to rule this Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, folks, we'll terminate the session here until next week. The papers, all you need to do now is step out, get the papers of your choice, or your choices, sort the stories, read the stories in them, give context to the stories, and then you'll stop your gut reaction. Thank you again. Our next program is 5 minutes away at 8 o'clock. Stand by.
Supposed to inform.
Recently, that people are getting to know about themselves, about their physique. That is women, black women.
Educate.
So what you need to do now is go to www.
And also entertain you.
Check your systems are offline.
Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
This is Voice of the People. But wait a minute. When it's time to speak your mind, where do you go? Don't go too far. Here at Voice of the People Radio, VOP 90.3 FM, we give you a voice.
We are Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice.
24 hours a day. 52 weeks round the calendar. We give you in-depth analysis and keep you up to date. From current news to critical mind-blowing conversation.
Many Nigerians in some of the states already hit by the cash crunch express frustration in accessing cash.
They need to tell us what team go see benefit them.
We are the voice of the nation. We are Voice of the People, 90.3 FM Lagos. Feel the impulse of our diverse perspectives. This is the radio station that gives you a voice. VOP 90.3 FM, now you have a voice.
It's about that time for this conversation.
We want to know what the public has to say.
Your voice.
First subsidies removed.
My voice. Our voices must be heard.
Problem here, as far as I'm concerned, it's not helping the society because the way things are going now, everything has gone up.
For current news and daily updates, trends and vibes, vital information and more. Tune in daily to the best radio station. VOP, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos. Now, You have a voice. Speak up. A radio station is supposed to inform.
Recently, that people are getting to know about themselves, about their physique. That is women, black women.
Educate.
So what you need to do now is go to www.
And also entertain you.
Check your systems are offline.
Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
This is Voice of the People. But wait a minute. When it's time to speak your mind, where do you go? Don't go too far. Here at Voice of the People Radio, VOP 90.3 FM, we give you a voice. A radio station is supposed to inform.
Recently, that people are getting to know about themselves, about their physique. That is women, black women.
Educate.
So what you need to do now is go to www.
And also entertain you.
Check your systems are offline.
Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
This is Voice of the People. But wait a minute. When it's time to speak your mind, where do you go? Don't go too far. Here at Voice of the People Radio, VOP 90.3 FM, we give you a voice.
Dear valued listeners, we believe in free speech, but with freedom comes responsibility. We'd like to remind you to be mindful of the power of your words and the impact they can have on others. As members of Voice of the People community, it is crucial that we foster an environment of respect as we desire a healthy discussion and diverse opinions. So, how do you contribute to a more responsible and informed dialogue? 1. Fact check before you speak. Take time to verify the information you intend to share. 2. Respectful language. Choose your words thoughtfully and avoid derogatory or offensive words. 3. Encourage a healthy debate. 4. Lead by example. As a listener, you also have a powerful voice. To be part of the conversation, the number to call is 0700 903 903 903 or send a WhatsApp message to 0817 175 6338. For all marketing and sales inquiries, please call 0912 666 9908. Words have power. Use them wisely.
Hello, this is your good radio pal, Citizen Jones Hussein, with the Voice of the People VOP Radio 90.3 on your dial. Join me, Citizen Jones, every Saturday 7 to 8 a.m. on newspaper headliners and 8 to 9 on Citizen Jones This Morning. I'll be sharing 2 solid hours of compact radio with you. Keep the date, Saturday 7 a.m. to 9. All right, folks, I greet you one more time. Welcome again to the second hour of our offering this morning. It is simply named Citizen Jones This Morning. And in it, we interrogate issues that get thrown up by my country, your country, just so you know. We give perspectives to the issue. Today, Benue on the mind. Orgy of killings in peacetime, mortifying. I hope you got that right. Benue on the mind. Orgy of killings in peacetime, very mortifying. You know, when nearly 2 weeks or more ago, the Benue State Chief Executive, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, hinted that unnamed members of the National Assembly and top politicians in the state were behind the orgy of killings in the state, we thought the hornets were driven away from their nests. Otherwise, we thought the governor had raised the roof. Now, the caucus of the National Assembly has flatly dismissed the governor's statement as untrue and irresponsible. Today, the state, nay, the country as a whole, is reacting angrily to the mindless slaughtering of over 200 people in Benue State. The Catholic Pontiff Leo XIV has weighed in on the ugly situation. In addition, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, a Benue son himself, Mr. Akume, has dared the governor to name those individuals involved. Plus, rights groups are asking for a state of emergency to be declared in the state. Now, the bystander, that's the man at the bus stop, wants to know that the orgy of killings in the Middle Belt is as old as the region itself, and any attempt to resolve the impasse must be both military and economic. Let's have a conversation here. And my conversationalist is the unputdownable Akin Fatunke, National Affairs Analyst. I greet you, Mr. Fatunke. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Citizen Jones. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to our listeners, depending on what geographical location you
or what time zone you operate in.
Of course, looking at different time zones. Always a pleasure to join you.
You know, the Benue problem is like anybody who wants to weigh in on the Iran-Israel crisis. The crisis is as old as the state of Israel. You remember Israel was created on May 15, 1948, and that night, even as they were celebrating the new found country, the enemy struck. So in like manner, the killings in the Middle Belt, chiefly in Benue State, and sometimes we cannot forget Plateau State, is as old as the states themselves, if you understand me.
I do understand you very well and very clearly, Citizen Jones. And what I will attempt to do here by my opener is to be a bit of an untangling, unwrapping, so that we can see. I'll start from the end, and then maybe take it a little bit into your brilliant intro as to the intractableness, if you permit that word, of what has been going on in the Middle Belt, indeed Nigeria. One, to stay as a communicator for an umpteenth time, like most sensible Nigerians, to commiserate with my heart, my soul, to all the people that have been affected dastardly in this latest, I don't know which one is the latest, but I'm taking Yelawata as my yardstick.
Mr. Fatunge, except that every part of the country is affected.
Citizen Jones, every part of the country is affected. Absolutely.
If you ask me.
No doubt. I'm going to try and do my pinhole camera on Yelawata. A couple of things happened, Citizen Jones. Either we like it or not, history, contemporary, notwithstanding, that were comedy of errors, some unpardonable, some you may understand. The first is that when this massacre started,
mindless massacre,
killing upon killings, the Nigerian government at the federal no doubt about it, acted a tad late. No. If they acted much more earlier, are we still going to not be in the same bloodbath? Maybe yes and no. But normally, one expects that something just happens in there and then you take an immediate action to find out how you can assuage the people. Mr. President and his handlers did not do that. So that is the first untangling. The second untangling is that at the subnational level, the governor apparently not only was tongue-tied, became helpless. Some of the things that he needed to do, even though he did not control the security apparatuses, but somehow, in this same country that we call Nigeria, we have had governors who were very much like him, but I knew they took a different path. And I think, therefore, in alignment with the federal, he allowed a bit of politics. Your intro made a comment, to be fair to Governor Hanston. He had said the politicians at the center, at the National Assembly, were responsible for the problems.
Not at the center. Powerful politicians in the state.
In the state, at the center.
At the center, okay. In the state, at the center, and some powerful individuals.
I hear you.
So let's even start from there.
I hear you, Governor. It's still not an excuse. You are still the chief samurai of the state. Now you heard from your intro, I had not paid attention before now, where you said the state
caucus.
Not the caucus,
okay.
Now, secretary to the government of
the federation.
Maybe by coincidence or no coincidence, bears a name acumen. Therefore, it looks to me that there has been political infighting that has shifted focus out of helping to reduce, and I will then get back to where where you have led me into by your question. That it's been intractable, no doubt about that. The federal had not acted as timely, and people are saying it was only after the Pope
Mr. Fatuga,
I think that was not good enough.
Mr. Fatuga, let me go there. You know, every state draws the security vote from the center. This is because each state is a federating unit. And so the center cannot tell any state, including your state and mine, what to do in terms of security. The governor is the chief, a governor of a state is the chief security officer of the state, apart from being the first citizen. So information, he is a clearinghouse of information and intelligence reports. So when the governor said, powerful people in my state are provoking the bloodshed, do you not feel obliged to asking him, like the SGF, Senator Akume, name them?
Good point. Again, if we want to x-ray it from that angle, then I would say Judicial, like I said, he did not control the security apparatus of starts and do a few things. There are much more credible intelligence available to the center. Now, being the same party as the center, one would have expected more collaboration, more swiftness. That did not happen. Now, you now hit the nail on the head. If you made such an allegation, and you
should you not go the whole hog?
Should you not name names? these are areas, in my honest opinion, that yes, we can fault the governor, hands down. Or is it looking at something else and then wants to be politically correct when your people are going to be dying? However,
but I'm sure you know that political correctness is crazy at a time like this.
Citizen Jones, in the Middle Belt, please don't let us forget history. In our own before, under our noses and under our eyes, like you mentioned, this has been going on for eons of years. Lately, Reverend Hyacinth alias immediate, call it the person he succeeded, also made a lot of cries. And when investigation got underway, alas, allegedly, it was found out that there were people so close to him. Allegedly, I said. We could not believe that the same governor is making a lot of noise and all that, stood up to the federal at that time under Buhari, and they got estranged and he had to change parties, then from PDP to APC, only for intelligence to come up with credible info that the people that were troubling the state were in his own cabinet. So in that wise, maybe Hyacinth is not, maybe it's found that there are people that have been planted in the government that he is governing, and if he hasn't gotten the lever to do what is right, and then he's not fit to be a governor. So let's get to the root of it. Now, the root of it, like you rightly said, this has been coming on. It's nothing. I think the issue of disagreements between political parties is a minor point. The real issue, in my mind, is the historical trend of land grabbing, of genocide, to which the states, when I say the states now, I am talking of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, right from the onset, has turned a blind eye to deliberately decimate the good people of the Middle Belt. And when I say Middle Belt, yes, Middle Belt, yes, Yellowater is the one that we are looking at now. Yes, Benue is the one we are looking at now. In adjoining Plateau, in adjoining Taraba, it's been ongoing. The quest that we open our borders, deliberately or not deliberately, depending on who was ruling, and we give the wrong narration. Wrong, yes, they may be your cousins, they may be your kindred in other geographies, and we open our flanks on the altar of politics, allow them to come in, and they came and they started decimating. And by the way, it's not the first time we have seen such horrendous slaughter. You will remember the Budiyadi, February 25 in 2004. Students were slaughtered like rams. When these students were slaughtered like rams, we had, call it police, call it intelligence, call it military, did not come there on time. You will not forget the Chibok. You will not forget the Dapchi. The idea that I know, that also from my history, that some people want to do a tabula rasa, do a clean slate, that we should not be able to look at history, was that the present personnel that we know, that you love to hate or hate to love, depending on Shey Gumi, his father made a pronouncement. His father, not alive now, said that they were going to look at this jihad and take the Quran all the way from the Sahel in the north and come and dip it in the Atlantic Ocean. It's been odd. We did nothing. The leadership question in our country, we still continue to dovetail. We still continue to ask basic questions. Leadership on religion, on ethnic, and self-aggrandizement. I am not happy. I will remain unhappy with the present government, like the previous other governments, that we are not saying, look, let us all come to a round sitting table. This cannot continue to be a carrot and stick. It is genocide that is staring us in the face. And like Santayana said, it's happening there at Yelewata. It can be next in Kafanchan. It can be next in Igbora. It can be next in Yenagoa. And it's spreading like wildfire. I understand that people can come and begin to read a lot of politics into this, more than we should read. And they will not be saying, Bola Tinubu, no, Buhari, no, it's Peter Obi, yes, it's, Atiku. If any of them come on stage, the truth is the intractable genocidal agenda that is not nipped in the bud. And to this wise, I don't agree with him 100%. But when retired General T.Y. Theophilus Yakubu Danjuma told his people in Taraba that you got to arm yourselves, does not necessarily resolve the question, the problem, but okay, a kind of
arming oneself is a call to arms.
It's a call to arms.
Yeah,
yes.
And we can't afford it now.
Well,
we can't afford it.
We cannot afford it. I agree. As
we cannot.
An elder, as an elder.
If you still are doubting me, go to the United States of America, where people are armed, by license. What happens?
Okay, so it's not brought peace, and at the same time, we can't just put our hands down and people come and be slaughtering us like rams. It is an intractable. Delegate but balance, and the solution to it, I guess, yes, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has decided that, look, we have to do a peace, we have to do a reconciliation and all that. Yes, I think...
He has asked the military commanders to go after them.
Okay, the military commanders that go after them, and I had my dear friend and brother from Zango Kataf, General Chris. He said they were giving false intelligence. So you go right when they are going to go.
Who gave them? Who gave them?
Is the crux of the matter. Are we saying the DSS don't have the credible information, or the DSS too were given a gay? You know what they call a gay? Giving the wrong information, giving a red herring. Therefore tells you that the problems we have on a disseminated military goes beyond the fact that deep down is this genocidal faction, and Nigeria is negotiable.
All right,
that is the bottom line. We must get to the bottom of getting to say, look, asking the military to go and do whatever, better stand up and all that kind of stuff.
Hold on.
All those are in my own opinion.
The story.
Not enough. I cannot never be enough.
The story that everyday Nigerian runs with is the fact that it's the header farmer wahala. That has been dismissed
by the third team. He was very ebullient, and he looked at the president clearly and told him the truth.
Apparently, they know. It's an insider's job. That's what they are telling you.
That takes it back to security is everybody's business. Citizen Jones, go and arm yourself with all the drones that you have in the world. The Afghanistan war taught us a lot of lessons.
And when the military arrested a Chinese the other day because he was caught in the act, teaching the insurgents how to use drones, it gives you an external coloration to the insurgency fight.
It does. So if you have not been able to carry your people along, if the people are also divided diametrically along political lines, what is it that the locals are saying? What is it that the locals are being told by the politicians both at the center and at the state, all for a grab for power, knowing fully well that the fault lines have always been there? So I'm happy that you mentioned that Mr. President asked the military to go and fish out. Should Mr. President have to do that? Are you saying the military don't know what their pure function is? Poor military. I am not sitting here to say I'm blaming the military. I am sitting here to say whether it's the military institutions, whether the internal local institutions, whether the genocidal rush for power in Nigeria, we have divided Nigeria in such a way that we have become ungovernable.
Okay, give me a breather. You know, I talked about President Leo XIV weighing in on the matter. As a priest, the Pope had been coming in and out of Nigeria. Meanwhile, the governor of Plateau State, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, is a Catholic, devout Catholic. And so if the pontiff, Catholic pontiff, is saying this, I expect the Reverend Father Governor to hit the nail on the head. These are the people causing wahala in my environment, because he would have been given on information.
I agree with you in principle. Yes, it is true. Pope Leo, out of make of human kindness, had to voice that out before we started action. But the Catholic Archbishop Conference of Nigeria, since just you are aware that over time they have always also been saying that not only is it that our security is porous, but it's just not working. Now, if Father Hyacinth says he has the list of people who are troubling the state, I know that the federal too, during the time of Buhari and now Tinubu, also had a list. Have we published these names? We should. It is now high time.
Okay, I'm not.
It's now high time.
I am not necessarily taking you to task if I remind you that former President Goodluck Jonathan had said, even in my government, complete it for me.
The saboteurs are in here.
Boko Haramers are in my government.
The people.
Did he say that based on information available to him, or it was a gut reaction?
In my own way of looking at it, I would say res is ipso facto. They must be based on intelligence. And the truth of the matter is, Jonathan, whether it's Obasanjo before him, Yaradua that came, and then Buhari,
remember when
credible information with DSS. If you can go in there,
yeah,
these names are known. These names are like the names that Abacha has said. They are the people in government. Their hands, their legs are very much into the problem that we have.
At a time in this country, you know who is involved. The chief of army staff in our country was winning the war against the insurgents, but suddenly Mr. President at the time sacked him, and this is after a senator, today he is a top politician, went to him and said, Mr. President, sack this man because they go carry us go International Court of Justice. Okay.
Citizen Jones.
Talking about the fifth columnist, the enemy within.
Citizen Jones. It looks as if the examples you are giving and my own conclusion, which I started from the onset, about the fact that Nigeria, as it is presently standing, is not a country that is bound by the ethos of patriotism, the geographical area, bound by the force of state, and we are not practicing federalism. Look at the example you gave. Look, you always talk about hitting the nail on the head. President Goodluck Jonathan was a southern president. A southern president from the southern part of Nigeria had all the wherewithal to do what is noble and right. When that army general that you are speaking about, whose name is Ihe Jerika, comes from the southeast, we suddenly found voice and we are making a lot of inroads. No matter what anybody came to tell you, you now then stopped him. What is that telling you? It's telling you that Nigeria is just bound by some some Evo stick that's not likely to stand.
But the man at the bus stop would run away with the impression that within our country, my country, your country, there are people more powerful than the country.
There are people more powerful than the country, and they are the ethnic nationals.
This is not true. This is not so.
Wait. Ethnic nationals will take a decision. I remember when Buhari was going to come on board. I remember one of the things that happened, and it was on national television, and that look, was talking about the blood of baboons and the blood of whatever it is. Was that not a subtle trend that unless I get it, is the turn of the North? If it don't come to the North, then we are not going to get anything. In the same vein, under a President Jonathan that I know today, good luck to him, because that is his name, he is riding the crest. We also had a person, coincidentally, from another part of this country, and that person was Udumegu. Then Nigerian Breweries Sir
Festus Odumegu.
Festus, he was going to do what you call a population census in a technical way. Other people went to
23 commissioners of the National Population Commission went to the president at the time. Mr. President, remove this man. No. Of course, the guy was removed.
Citizen Jones, you know me. Whether they say they removed history or not history, me, I will tell you facts. I will tell you facts as I know them. Not just those. A leading figure in our politics today, who did his youth corps in the southwest. He is from the north. He is from Kanu. I am talking of Rabiu Kwankwaso. Spoke. Maybe at that time was a senator. And pointed to Jonathan. Look, you better stop this man. This man wants to, allegedly unravel. We want to begin to know the truth about who we are and how we have infiltrated our country. Right from the time of the colonial masters, and that has continued to dovetail us. Is that not therefore trying to tell you when the Southern president was there and was not able to do that, and there are forces sorting that out? Tinubu is there. Tinubu has waved the crest. He's done 2 years. People are already saying the arrangement should be such that it should continue to be in the north. That in the north, we are the ones that determine who should rule, who should not rule. Is that yes, it's a true comment, but is that a fair comment? Therefore, tells me that back to Yelwata and the genocide that is going and the attempt for land grabbing. I believe it is real, and it goes beyond President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It goes beyond Hyacinth Alia. Nigeria collectively, the political class, the elite, we must all sit around a table and come to this inescapable conclusion that this country is not working, and the people that are not making it to work are human beings that they feel that they are too powerful, and they are pulling the strings. We must all get together and say, look, if this marriage of convenience now turn into inconvenience is not working, let's sit around a table and let's go our different ways and decide how we should be putting things at the center.
All right. Mr. Fadunke, what strikes you when you recall that rights groups are asking for a state of emergency to be declared in Benue? For me, they are missing the point. What is happening in Benue is not a political imbroglio. This is a case of wanton killings.
Genocide.
Which is largely unavoidable. And as I said, you are familiar. It's been a long time coming.
Oh, yes.
Talk about Plateau and Taraba. So why is that?
Okay, now I'll tell you again. We can team and lead, that's like we say in my language in accountancy audit. Yes, on one hand, intractable genocidal attempt that goes beyond Bola Tinubu's as a president, and I'm happy that the Thor team made it. That it is not your starting or doing, but what we want you to do is to help us stop it. And in helping us stop it is to swim against the tide, and in swimming against the tide, including people that surround you, let's find a lasting solution. And the lasting solution is not by pointing the finger at the military and asking Egbetogu or not Egbetogu. We are simply deceiving ourselves. We must ask ourselves this question, this leadership question. If it doesn't come from a particular area, then hell is going to be let loose, because the others will say, no, it's my turn. So let's find a way, like Ekweme tried to do, to find leaders from different geopolitical zones and work according to our capacity and abilities, and allow the center to just be like we had in First Republic. Bring in whatever it is that you have in the center, whatever you produce, a lot of it is going to stay with you, and use it for your ultimate development. Now we are running towards 2027. This is my pain.
All right.
We are running towards 2027.
Just a minute. You know, on October 1, 2025 rather, we would have struck 65 years as an independent country. Yet 3 ships in my country, your country, have not been settled. Citizenship, settlership, indigenship. Aren't we staying too long in the kitchen?
Okay, so from where I come from, a small child is running and gets tripped. Local wisdom says the small child will say, yeah, I've not gotten to my goal. He will get up and continue, and then he will trip again. But conventional wisdom says that an elderly person will look back and ask himself or herself, what tripped me?
And for that matter, people see me fall.
Okay, now. And then say, yeah, let me learn from my lesson. Nnamdi Azikiwe, for all his sophistry, was going to be a man that was going to see something as tripped, still looking forward. But Ahmadu Bello said, no, Nnamdi, we have differences. Let us tackle these differences and then decide.
The late Zik said, Sardauna, let us forget our differences. Sardauna said, no, let's understand our differences.
So when we understand these differences,
yeah,
we can then just obtain it back to the discussion of today. We are not going to get anywhere. I am afraid. It's not my wish to say it, but it's my conviction that after 65 years of marching on relatively
countryhood,
same spots, for a better part of that, even during the military, we were marching on the same spot, but we have been regressing. And the regression is such that the question of the leadership at the center, we have not been able to. Go ahead and tell me, INEC, look for so many reasons. Tell me everything you want to tell me. But the issue of not settling the indigenship and citizenship,
settlership,
a woman cannot rule me in my specific areas. A woman cannot be a governor and all that kind of.
And for that matter, in forms, I am asked to state my religion, my village head, and all that.
And that has infiltrated our military. Our military goes out. They are part of the bestos that you can get outside this country when they come back to Nigeria. And then this military command.
As you people say, Nigeria go happen to them.
What we are therefore saying, this genocide that I know happened so many times, including Zango Kataf, including Plateau, including Taraba, and it's spreading, has always been happening in Benue. It's happened in Yobe. It happened in Chibok. It's happened in Dapchi. It's now spreading.
You seem to have forgotten Aguleri Umuleri, Ife Modakeke. They dot, Mr. Fatunke, every part of this country is hurting.
So, let us agree. Citizen Jones, like Ahmadu Bello, let's agree. Let's understand that is there. Don't let us wish it away. Continue to wish it away and say we are looking forward to 2027. It's going to be Peter Obi, it's going to be Atiku, it's going to be coalition, it's going to be Bola Tinubu continuity. We are just simply deceiving ourselves. Pure and simple.
All right, let me invite the listener. But please, dear listener, weigh in on this subject matter. Please get it right. Benue on the mind. Orgy of killings in peacetime mortifying. 0803 692 9933. Let's go there. But please don't tell me anything untoward. I may not welcome it. I'm not ready to parrot anything that is not based on facts. Thank you. Okay, while we wait for the first listener, let us look at the way forward.
The way forward?
Oh, okay. A listener has called in. May I welcome him? Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
This is Obiara calling from Akwanja.
Yes.
See, what even me is that everybody in Nigeria today knows the genesis of this problem. Yeah, and they are trying a way to call it the name. And I could be able to remember what they are saying, what is it 30 or whatever. I said, he said it, and every position that is starting, no one could be able to say any other thing contrary. I found out was instead of people to say, Fulani people, you are the cause of this problem in Benue. Everybody is just shying away because of politics.
But sir,
we know that
the Tortib said it was not the full. And you said you listened to the Tortib. Is that what he said?
No, but he said the people people invasion. They want to grab land. Who want to grab land? Who are the people that want to grab land in Plateau in Benue? All of us knows. Is it on the Tortib said it? We know where the genesis of this problem. And
I don't know because I know come from Benue. Please don't tell me.
I know. I know.
Thank you. 60 seconds are up. You see what I said?
Different tongues, different tribes, different ways of looking at things. But people are hurting. And so in this hurting area, will you want to blame people when they go? They go
but the fact must not be slighted or pushed away. Let me take another listener. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Citizen Jones and your guest in the studio.
Good morning, sir.
We welcome you.
Yeah, my name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abanojo Nekoton. Yes, hello?
Yes. Go on, sir.
Yeah, listening to the topic and then what your guest has said so far is okay, very much commendable. But the way forward is that the president or the governor, the president should have that political will to name and shame these marauders, these criminals who come from abroad and who collaborate with our politicians in Nigeria to kill Nigerians, especially in Benue and the north. You understand? So I think the problem will be solved if the political class, the traditional elite, and then the religious leaders come together to make sure that they salvage the situation. Otherwise, it's going on everywhere, especially in the north. Just as the Turkey said, that it is, the killings in Benue State was.
Thank you. We got it first time. Mr. Fatunke, do you realize that the largest concentration of Fulanis in my country, your country, can be got in Adamawa, that the national security advisor in the country is Fulani, that the chairman, chief executive of the NDLEA, Buba Marwa, is Fulani. So it is not header-farmer clashes. We are not looking at the header-farmer thing. We are looking at something deeper.
I agree with you. If you look at it from the holistic point of view, Yelewata is our focus, and the professor taught him. Like I said, looked at the president, and for the very first time, I don't think the president was doing drama. He listened carefully. The bottom line is genocide. One thing to want to grab land that does not belong to them, and they are criminal elements. Yes, somehow being supported. I am careful. Yes,
being supported by powerful individuals,
by politicians. No doubt about that. My brother, who called in earlier, said what he likes to hear is that a particular ethnic tribe is the one that is holy and solely.
Name them.
And I am saying...
Sorry, let me take another listener here. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Citizen Jones.
Welcome, sir.
I greet you, sir. This is Mr. Tony from Kaduna.
Okay, then, go on, sir.
It is so unfortunate what is happening in Benue right now. And as your analysts have said, we are just shying away from what we are supposed to focus on so that this thing will be nipped on the bud. As the thought is said, these are people who want to come and exterminate them. And when state governors say they are not the chief security officers of their state, strategically, if you look at it, they are somehow correct. Because when a police commissioner wants to get orders, he'll be waiting from orders from Abuja.
Yeah, but every governor draws a security vote from the center.
Yes, sir.
Why does he not reject it?
No. Citizen Jones, I love this question. And this is something that we should have been able to tackle before it is being shared. You give me security votes. I use it to buy vehicles. I use it to help the police in the states.
Oh dear. We have spent 60 seconds here.
Okay. Sorry, my dear brother from Kaduna, your line of thought, again, is like being a student in class. No rightful answer, no wrongful answer. But the point is the way and manner you are able to articulate. And I was making the point about my brother. Look, he is from Kaduna State. He knew, and he should know, the genocide that happened in that state. Well, it's been happening, but happened in that state. I know that for sure. That, some people say it's Christian, elimination of Christians, elimination of Muslims. And when we say things like this, yes, it may appear to be true, but Muslims too are also being killed. Now, when you say
non-conformists are killed too.
When you say you want to take it to be an ethnic
cleansing.
No. He said it's actually ethnic cleansing. By who? And you want to mention. I just gave you the example that we had a situation where the immediate past governor of Benue State shouted a lot of words, only for people to now realize that the people that were doing a lot of some of the undercurrents were not necessarily the people you thought they would be. So it is risky. You might be right, but it is risky for us to now then take a blanket and then view.
Yeah, recall that I drew a parallel with what is happening between Iran and Israel.
Yes, I do.
Started from day one. And except you go to the core, to the root of it, you be chasing shadows.
You will not only be chasing shadows, like we are trying to chase. We are trying to chase shadows now. For good measure, I appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I would have expected he acted faster. One, secondly, that he visited Yelwata. Again, all these are begging the issue.
Please.
The real issue is we must, like my friend who called from Kanu said, let's all sit down. He's made an attempt to say, look, let's sit down. Let's find a way of reconciliation. I wish us well, but from my experience,
all right,
that reconciliation, if it does not look at justice, equity, and fairness, will not get anywhere.
All right.
You don't
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Citizen Jones. My name is Matthew Uko. I'm calling from Mejibo. The way forward on this issue, the federal government should brace it now to publish the names given to them. Publish it so that Nigeria can.
Do you know the federal government has been giving names? Do you know that for sure?
They have given them names.
Oh, they have. Why don't you give me the names? Let's share the names. Let's start
that
from
is what
here.
I'm asking. No, that is what I said. They should publish it.
Oh, but you just said they have given the names and you know the names.
United Emirates gave them 400 names. Why are they holding it?
United Emirates.
Yes, 400 names that are sponsoring terrorism. Why are they keeping it? We are chasing shadow in this country.
Okay, thank you. 60 seconds are up. Yeah. Another listener is here. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Citizen.
Yeah.
Yes. The truth of the matter is when government is ready to fight this insecurity head on, they know what to do. Because the people have lamented. They commented enough. This government, the sole power to secure the land is in the hand of government. When government moves to do something, he will achieve it. All these rhetorics today, this and that, Benue today, like tomorrow, is that how we're going to survive it? If government is out to do something, they'll achieve it. Not only in politics, how to grab states, how to collapse all the political parties in one APC umbrella. They should secure the land and let Nigerians live. Thank you.
Thank you too. Yeah, Mr. Fatunke.
So, little bits and pieces from all what we have been saying indicates, unfortunately, this bitter conclusion that Nigeria is not working, and we are all collectively responsible one way or the other, either with our biases or what we are really feeling, no doubt about that. Yes, my dear listeners and Nigerians dispassionately, I have said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's handling of the security situation that we have found cannot get a pass mark. So far. Likewise, all others who came before him, take it or leave it, is not going to get a pass mark. And I'm projecting to the future that if we continue the way we are going, we are just scratching the problems on the head. We must all get back together and decide how we need to be governed, to be able to carry the people along, not throw it to the military, not throw it to Governor Hyacinth, not throw it to the president, president of the country. We must re-strategize,
right.
we must refocus and allow equity and justice.
Yeah, Mr. Faduke, another listener is here. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well, sir. Can I remain anonymous?
If you want to, go on.
Yeah, I want to remain anonymous. Sir, I'm not really happy with it.
Happy with what? Okay. You may want to call back.
Hello.
Good morning.
My brother, good morning. My regards to Mr. Watson first.
Thank you.
Thank God, things are changing. Nigeria will be good. I believe. Yes. General, what I want to say is that the list, not only this list from the Saudi Arabia, from the UAE, but even Mr. Jonathan said it, he has a list. He's not listed the names of the list. And now you want a liar to name and state them as a governor. Where does that one happen? It will never happen.
All right.
He has the list.
60 seconds.
Wait. Let me conclude.
No.
Yes.
You 60 seconds. You please call back.
Yes.
Sorry, we can't take. Mr. Fatungo, we must wrap the show up.
Yes.
Time is tight.
I know time has to be tight. The truth of the matter is that we tell ourselves the truth. One inescapable conclusion to me is that Nigeria is negotiable. We all must get ourselves together. The rush for 2027, yes, if that is what we want to do, let's go on. But we must listen to this president. We must get ourselves, do the reconciliation, and start the process of healing, and start the process of restructuring Nigeria for better governance.
Thank you.